Just wanted to show you that my outfit doesn't match. We're gonna call the blanket thing at the beginning of this the completion of the towel challenge. As I'm getting ready to make this video, I mean like 5 minutes ago, I kicked over a glass of water and I had to use the towel to mop up the water. Okay, I can't find my cards, so I have your initials written on this. Whoever I challenge has to film their entire video in motion, meaning you can't set your camera down. You have to be holding your camera in your hand, or somebody has to be holding it, and you have to be walking or riding a bike or something in the entire video. You can't stand or sit still unless your another challenge requires it. But if there's any possible way for you to do the challenge while moving, you must do it while moving. And I have no idea who I choose. Shelby. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I know that it has something to do with being a Mexican Independence Day, but to be perfectly honest, I don't know a whole lot about it, and that's probably really culturally idiotic of me, but probably more relevant to my life than Cinco de Mayo, since I obviously don't have a Mexican bone in my body. Okay, I have to hurry up and make this really quick. As you've noticed, there's been a costume change. Well, the batteries died in the camera, and I had to hurry downstairs and go find new ones, and I did, and then they died, and then I had to go charge the batteries in the camera with this, and I only let them charge for like 20 minutes, and they actually need like a lot longer than that, so I don't know how much time I have on the batteries, so I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. One, the holiday I was talking about that surpasses Cinco de Mayo in my life is Hank Green's birthday. Yay, Nerdfighters, hoo-ha. Angel, I think your hat, and I don't even know if this event actually happened, but for some reason this was what came to mind when you were talking about it, is when somebody took your hat at one of the homeschool parties, it got lost, and whoever took it was really upset that they lost it, and because they felt bad for it, they gave you a new hat to replace it until they found the old one, and I guess they just let you keep it, or maybe they never found the other one. I don't know. I don't even know if that story ever happened. It was just the first thing that popped into my head when you said that. The spring ball was this weekend, and it was amazing. Lori had her senior recognition, and for the first time in ever, I didn't have a clothing disaster either before or at the ball. And when I say clothing disaster, I'm not kidding. One year that I went, as we were walking out the door, the zipper of my dress ripped out. Luckily I had a spare dress, so we went nuts having to get me a different dress, and then I had to fix my makeup because of course I was incredibly upset about my dress ripping, so I'd cried all my makeup off. Then getting in the car, Lori slammed my hand in the door, so after crying all my makeup off again and putting it back on again, we got to the ball. That's just one of the disasters. I've had a disaster every single year except for this year. The closest thing to a disaster is the fact that there's not one single solitary good picture of me from the entire night, which I'm okay with because I had such a good time that looking at the pictures, I just try to look at it as I was having too good of a time to worry about taking a good picture. But it does really annoy me that after spending hours on my hair and makeup and everything, I couldn't look decent, but then after forgetting to wash my face and sleeping all night, and then waking up, brushing through what was left of my curly hair, I sat down in my room basically with the camera set up the way it is now. This is the day after the ball, after I'd already slept in my makeup and my hair and everything, and I took some pictures to use to practice some Photoshop art. Those pictures turned out great, and in fact I'll stick some of them in here. If somebody were to make a Five Awesome Losers movie, I want to know how you would go about making it. Like, what genre would you put it in? What actors would you put in it? What soundtrack would we have? Would it be like a biopic, like the true story of our lives? Or would it be like some action-adventure thing where we're superheroes fighting to save the world? I hope you girls all like the Five Awesome Loser list thing that I put over on my blog. Oh, old pictures. I wanted to show you this because I forgot that I had it in my room, and I didn't show old pictures last week because Lori showed so many, yada yada yada, but I have this picture from Chicago. I can't remember what year that was, but I'm guessing Diana was about, that's Diana. Guessing Diana was about 3, I was about 8, and Laura was about 7, which would make Steve like 16 or 17-ish. I'm gonna go now. Ugh. This battery thing is freaking me out.